Hi, my name is Cassandra Farrugia, and I am NAMI New York State's Communication and Youth Engagement Specialist, and I would like to welcome you to the Power of Journaling. This is a workshop that we began after COVID-19 as we began to social distance. It was something we brought virtually to New York State, and so today I am really glad that I can share this presentation with you. So first, I would like to share the benefits of journaling. So research demonstrates that journaling can help manage anxiety, reduce stress, cope with depression. Journaling can help cultivate self-awareness. It can help people explore and express their thoughts and feelings. And it provides an opportunity for people to have positive self-talk and to start identifying negative thoughts and behaviors. As you journal, you can start recognizing patterns and triggers, and through writing, practice self-soothing. And now I'd love to share with you some tips to how to make journaling a practice. First, make it a regular habit, right? So what we want to do is prevent the thought of journaling as a chore. We don't want to think of it as a chore. We want to think of it as something we do whenever we want, something that serves us, and we can pull it out as a toolkit for coping and for self-care and self-love. So you can make it a part of your morning routine as you have your breakfast, right? You can journal for a little bit. Maybe when you're winding down for bed, keep it by your bedside. Um, some people like to just journal for 1 minute a day, right? Some people like to just write one sentence. Some people will sit and write for an hour. I tend to just write for maybe 25, 30 minutes. And it doesn't have to be every day. You know, if you try to make a strict schedule, then it becomes a chore. But just thinking, maybe I'll journal later on today. And if you do, great. And if you don't, there's always tomorrow. So just be flexible with yourself and consider what serves you. And next, keep your journal close by. As I mentioned, if you notice you really like to journal in the morning, keep it by, wherever you have breakfast, or keep it by your bedside table. So when you're winding down for bed, or if you go on a walk every day, maybe have a pocket journal where you can pull it out and sit in the park on your favorite bench and look at your favorite tree and write underneath it. That's always nice. So wherever you go, you can always journal. It's a tool you can always use. And lastly, make your journal a judgment-free zone. So, we experience judgment from so many sources: our families, teachers, classmates, and even ourselves. So practice making your journal a safe space. It's important to be mindful of this practice and not to criticize or censor ourselves, but really just practice creating a place that's safe to explore our thoughts and feelings honestly. So just try to write freely. So these are my tips for how to journal. And now I will share some journaling prompts. So we have two different projects you can participate in. We have creating a self-care journal, which is when you're journaling, you can set the intention to write positively, and these entries will help you form a happy memory bank to look back on. So that's one option. And then the other option is cathartic release, where you can just write on a spare piece of paper, or if you want in a journal that you can rip out a page easily. And when you finish writing, what you do is you rip it up and just kind of let go of those thoughts and feelings. Personally, I have two journals, one where I focus on more positive writing and gratitude lists, and another where I kind of just express myself and explore where my feelings take me. So those are some options, but I encourage everyone to really consider what works for you. Some people are more visual, and if you like to draw, maybe you'll just write a few words and draw it how you're feeling, if that helps you express yourself, or paint, or maybe you scrapbook or collage. You can put something together. Whatever allows you to express yourself can be really helpful and really therapeutic. So here are a few prompts that I like to do. So for self-care, you can reflect on your strengths and positive traits. Sometimes there's parts of us that we feel go unrecognized. How can you use this time to recognize and celebrate these traits? So maybe you don't think people are noticing when you try harder than usual, or maybe there's parts of you really say, you know what, I wish more people would tell me I'm doing a good job. Tell yourself, take this time and write it out and really celebrate yourself. See what you realize about yourself and how you can, bring more awareness to that. The next one is How will you self-care this week? Set out some positive intentions for your week. Create a simple plan for how you will tend to your body, mind, and spirit. And this can be a list, right? You can make it bullet points, you can write out a plan for each, whatever you think will be most helpful. And it doesn't have to be super strict, right? Think about little things that'll make you feel good. Maybe listening to your favorite song tomorrow, or maybe watching your favorite show later, or going for a walk, whatever, is self-care for you. Then for cathartic release, write a goodbye letter to your inner critic. Address them and their opinions. Express how they make you feel and tell them to hit the road. If they present a list of wrongdoings, try to reply to each, but all the things you're doing right. How can you let go of your inner critic and their opinions? And so when we're doing cathartic release, we're really just seeing what comes up, seeing the emotions we feel. But as we start to wind down in our writing, to challenge ourselves to say, how can we end this on a more positive note? How can we switch the narrative here? If you see that you're listing, a bunch of things that you criticize yourself about, what are good things you can tell yourself right now? How can you self-soothe? What do you wish someone would tell you? What can you tell yourself right now? And so that's the challenge of this one, just kind of thinking of a positive way to end. And then next, express and release. And this one's really great if you have a problem, if you struggle with writing. And remember, when we're writing, this is our personal journal. It's not for other people to read. It doesn't have to be a great story. It's just something for fun, no pressure, just for your eyes only. Sometimes maybe you'll write a poem, maybe you'll write something you want to share, but if you don't want to, then you never have to, right? It's really just up to you. So in this one, you can finish the sentence, or you can write these all out, whatever serves you. So first, let's bring awareness to our feelings. So you can do this by saying, if this feeling was a color, it would be, fill it in. If this feeling was weather, it would be. If this feeling was a landscape, it would look like. If this feeling was music, it would sound like. If this feeling was an object, it would be. So again, you can take parts of these, sentences from these, whatever you like, and kind of see where the journey takes you. And again, my name is Cassandra Farrugia. You can contact me here at info@NAMI-NYS.org or Cassandra@NAMI-NYS.org. You can follow our Instagram and our Facebook, and I post a lot of different self-care activities there and other information about mental wellness and mental illness.